So we only have a little bit of time left. So I want to touch on this and see how far we can get. I want to talk about like the networking aspect of Twitter because I followed like both of you guys. I haven't met Ashley yet in person, but Luxie, I followed you. We followed each other before we even had met in person. So what have you learned about like networking on Twitter?
I don't think that I ever started to do it intentionally. Like,
no, I just commented on people I thought were really cool. Like,
Yeah,
hey, I think you're cool. I want to be friends with you.
I feel like as you grow, like I feel like it's like a weird thing now where it's like I'm weirdly aware of it. Like I never intended, like I started using Twitter because I like looked up to people, and then like I would like make silly jokes, and then as I grew, like I made a joke one time on like on Twitter. I was like, one day Nego Orcs will know who I am, and like now I'm in. Is that kind of weird? Yeah. So like networking is like interesting and like strange because sometimes I feel like it seems very disingenuous when really you're just like
the term I feel like gets that vibe, that formality, but like really
like
it is like
at dinner.
Right. It really is that an organic like connection that you make, the you know, like just talking to streamers, like replying to their posts and like actually being genuine as a person.
Well, I think a lot of people think like you're like, oh, people told me I need to get on Twitter and network, and they go to Twitter and they do like this really horrible thing where
just like bland, just
they
like
DM you and they're like, hey, I was told, you know, like you seem cool, let me do a network thing, and it's like so weird. And
just, like
emails too that are like, I just wanted to send this thing. Like it's just there's a way to be friendly with people
without being overly
friendly. There's a way, to like make a connection where you can be like.
I mean, I respect the hustle for the people. Like, I get a lot of DMs. It's like, hey, come on my podcast, and you know, just like look into the podcast, and it has nothing going on. I'm like, you shot your shot. I respect.
Respect it.
There's got to be something else here. Like,
1,000%.
What about that would be enticing to me? Like, do I respect you already? Like, do we have something here? Because that would get me to get. Even that's kind of difficult sometimes, right?
I feel like, around the time. Well, I feel like. How long have you been partnered? Because like I feel like around the time that I got partnered, the word networking became almost volatile for me because it became a thing where like people all of a sudden like some sort of like golden shiny like pair of underwear and they're like, I'm gonna put them on. Like it was just like a really weird. What a weird.
No, I feel the same way. The weirdest thing happened to me when I got partnered. Oh my god. I had people refer to me as like literally just a check mark, like, oh, I'm friends with 4 partners now, and I'm like, when did I become not a person? And like, what?
Or it felt like to me like people would have to check into my stream now because like to them like now they're well, I've known her since she was small. They were like, I remember people being like,
I said when she was an affiliate.
yeah, like things like that and then they'd be like, hey, we should do a thing together, and I'm like, see, like. This is when your networking makes me feel physically uncomfortable because like I am already having a hard time coping with like the growth of like what I'm going through. Like it's a really weird thing to grow and try to get accustomed to the fact that you are at a different level than you were before. But then to have people come in and be like disingenuous. Like I know that you want what's best for you and I totally understand, but it's like really hard to go from like that and be like so striving for something that you really desire and just like going for your own thing and have somebody be like, anyways, hi. And you're like, I know what you're doing and I don't know how to be about it, but please don't do it. It makes people feel weird.
It does. And it's like, that's every time, you know, like you are very aware. Like there's someone that like messaged one of my mods being like, hey, like I totally know this is going to use Ashley for like views and try to get big. And then I'm like, I am very aware of each and every one of these people because they didn't really give any sort of shit about me until I got like partnered really, and now they're there all the time, like talking to me, DMing me, and it's just like,
I think people just really don't understand what networking is. Networking
is
genuinely finding people that you like
mesh with,
get along with, and mesh with, and just growing with them, and not like finding somebody that you're like, well, this person could be beneficial, and then like attempting to like. It's not. I wouldn't even use the term befriend. Like
no, it's not friendship.
So that you can be like, hey, hold on, let me call my partner friend, and like it's like a weird. Like I think people just genuinely don't understand what networking is, and they think it's like talk. Well, and then there's like a big argument, like what's toxic? Like it's just it's like a walking on glass scenario. I feel like to talk about networking because people are like, you're abusing this. You're like befriending people for the wrong reason, but like really you're just befriending people.
Yeah,
some people aren't. You know, like
just don't have ulterior motives. It's just like if you see someone who like and is like, hey, like kind of similar to them, you would get along, be friends with them. I literally did not even know who Luxie was when I commented on her stuff. I'm just like, yo, she seems pretty cool. She seems like we could like mesh together. And now it's like, oh hey, yeah, now we have matching emotes on Twitch, whatever. Like
but like I feel like the rule of thumb should be like if you're trying super hard to network with somebody, then it's probably not going well.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, it's not
it should feel natural, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you feel like you have to force like a conversation with someone, or like you are like, oh my gosh, talk to this person yet today, like I have to do that. It's like that's probably
like people don't real and I think a lot of it not understanding social media social cues. Like there's like a lot of times where people do that thing where they'll message you 8,000 times before you respond or something like that, and you're just like it ties a lot into like an unspoken about like understanding of a social media platform. Like you have, in order to succeed well on the platform, you kind of have to understand it, and to understand it, you kind of have to just get involved with it and make friends. You kind of just have to like make friends, and some people just like genuinely don't know how to do that like on a social media platform. It's because they don't understand the platform itself. They just like dove in and are like, I don't understand Twitter. Anyways, want to go out and eat ice cream and maybe film a video and maybe talk about you being partner, but like you don't know them. So
yes, thank you.
Yeah, I love ice cream.
You're paying for the ice cream, right?
And it can either come off as like super normal, or if you don't know how to use the platform, it comes off as super fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like there's no in between.